presentation this morning will be the Lifesaver Awards, and I'd like to introduce Mike Peoples, the Director of the Communications Center in the Department of Law and Public Safety, to take over the presentations. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning.
How are you?
How are you?
All right. Welcome everyone.
Good morning. Good morning.
And Scott DiGirolamo, the Director of the Department of Law and Public Safety.
Yeah, my name is Mike Peoples. I'm the Director of the Communication Division. Thank you to the Freeholder Director as well as the Freeholders for giving me a few moments to come before the board and public to recognize some of the outstanding work our telecommunicators do each day. Just a quick background. Last year the Communications Center fielded 905,000 different events. Those are phone calls, CAT events, police activity, fire activity, EMS activity. We have a pretty robust, what I call a quality assurance program, where we review our telecater performance. We're constantly trying to improve the job that we do. Out of those 905,000 events, we issued approximately 2,400 written commendations to our personnel for not only doing their job, but doing a really good job. In 2010, we began an awards program to recognize telecommunicator performance that really goes above and beyond, that shows their competency, their skill, their experience, and every once in a while I get this opportunity to come before the freeholders and the public and make some award presentations. So I have 4 out of the 6 telecommunicators here today to present them with awards, and these events occurred in 2016 and as recently as just this weekend. Scott, did you have an audio that you would like to?
Yeah, if you can give me a second. We picked one audio that Mike's going to explain a little bit. There's a couple other ones that he'll talk about, but I didn't think at 9:30 in the morning we would want to hear a blow-by-blow baby delivery. So we're giving you something else. And I just wanted to say for a second that of how proud I am of the staff and what they do. And it's really an amazing job that they do every day. And you'll hear from some of these calls and what you hear. And what amazes me is the composure that they have dealing with emergencies. And literally, they can hang up some of these 911 calls, and as soon as they hang up, another 911 call comes in with a resident who's angry that their neighbor is blowing leaves on their property and wants a fight with the dispatchers, if the dispatcher can change that. And they handle them professionally every day. And I'm going to play this one because this is a real positive one, but it'll just carry out. I was talking to Kirk, one of our dispatchers, who was one of the dispatchers that handled the baby delivery, and we were talking, and he said, the nice thing about this is the majority of the calls that they have do not have as great a turnout as this. And many times it's somebody dying or trying to give somebody CPR, you can't get it back. And it's really refreshing when we can actually hear something that's real positive. So I always thank all the dispatchers for what they do. I know they love when I'm on the floor and they get the 911 call and listen over their shoulder, because I think it's amazing how they handle it. So I'm gonna, when I get this
brief introduction.
Yeah, and I'm gonna, to get your audio, I have to turn the projector on, but I'm just gonna play audio. So just give me a second while Mike's going on.
So this call actually just occurred on February 3rd. It's telecommunicator Fred Sharp is here. Fred, could you just stand up for a second? This is Fred. He's been with us for about 3 years now. Fred.
Yes, sir.
Fred. He received a call on February 3rd at about 8:30 in the morning from a neighbor who was reporting that an 8-month-old child was not breathing. You'll be able to hear, in the audio, Fred had to do a good job of what we call caller interrogation, questioning the caller exactly what was going on, because most of the time when people call 911, they're in a panic state. And Fred quickly determines that the baby is in fact not breathing, gives CPR or rescue breathing instructions over the phone. He had the baby breathing within 3 minutes, and the police were on the scene within 5 minutes. Go ahead, Scott.
911 operator, yes, emergency.
I need an ambulance.
Where are you?
Here.
Floor, apartment, or room number there?
Huh?
Is there a floor, apartment, or a room number there?
It's a second floor. I mean, it's a baby. You can bring.
Okay, what's the phone number you're calling from in case we're disconnected? Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
I don't know. It's my neighbor. She's not my daughter. I'm calling. She needs some help. So I need help.
Okay, tell me what happened.
I don't know what happened because she's my neighbor. I don't live with her. Hello?
Hello?
Can we please get an ambulance?
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
I don't know. My mom's neighbor, she knocked on our door. She's saying that her daughter is not breathing. She knocked on our door. She has her in her hand right now.
Okay, my partner's sending up, sending all any more information. Are you with the patient now?
Yes, I am.
Okay. How old is the patient?
¿Cuánto años tiene la nena? She's 8 months old.
Okay, is the patient male or female?
She's female.
Is she awake?
She's not awake. She can't breathe.
She's not awake?
No.
And she's not breathing?
No, she's not.
Okay, my partner's sending up, still on any more information. I'm sending the paramedics to help you now, okay? Stay on the line.
Okay. They send the paramedics.
All right, listen carefully. Okay, are you right by the baby now?
Yes, I am.
Listen carefully. Lay the baby flat on her back on the floor and remove any pillows.
Mira, quiero poner en el piso. Okay. She's on her back.
Okay, kneel next to the baby and look in the mouth for food or vomit.
Okay, lo puedes escuchar. Mira la boca si tiene comida o vómito ahora. She says that her lips
Okay.
her bowl,
Is there anything in the mouth?
Nada en la boca, nada. No, there's nothing in her mouth.
Okay, now place your hand on the baby's forehead, your other hand under the baby's neck and shoulders, then slightly tilt the head back. Okay, put your ear next to her mouth. Can you feel or hear any breathing?
No. I can.
Okay, I'm going to tell you how to give mouth to mouth. Completely cover the baby's mouth and nose with your mouth, then blow 2 puffs of air into the lungs, about 1 second each, just enough to make the chest rise with each breath.
Últimos aquí. Y dos. Uno. Okay. So her mom is doing it.
Her mom's doing it? Okay. All right. Did she hear the air go in and out? Did she feel the air going in and out?
Mommy, is that I can't do. Can you repeat that, please?
Is that the baby crying?
Yes.
Okay, the baby's awake and crying?
Yes. She's crying.
Okay, so the baby's breathing?
Ella está respirando un poquito. Yes, she's breathing a little bit.
Okay. All right. All right.
She's saying that she.
Okay, so
So, I just wanted to give you one little piece for that, and Trent went on to make sure that that the door was open for the police to get there and communicate it back and forth. But and there's some variables in this, but from a medical standpoint, that Fred got the baby breathing again within 3 minutes of the call coming in. Typically, they talk medically is brain damage begins at 4 minutes with no oxygen and brain death at 6 minutes with some variables. The police arrived 5 minutes after the call. So if it would have just been a phone call coming in and we didn't give those instructions, we would have already been in that danger area. So, and that's really what they do every day. So great job, Fred. I'm glad we were able to use that as a highlight. So, Mike.
So as part of our awards program, Fred is receiving his first Lifesaving award. So congratulations. Okay, our next recipient will be senior telecommunicator Billy O'Connor. You stand up, Billy. Billy came to us from Morris Township when we began dispatching services for Morris Township. So, Bill, I think you have about 12 years in the service right now. He's a Coast Guard veteran too. It's interesting, we're predicting a major snowstorm tonight, but this incident happened at our last major snowstorm. It was the blizzard of 2016. Senior Public Safety Telecommunicator O'Connor received an emergency 911 call at 11:45 from a man who was reporting that his wife was in the final stages of labor. There was a lot of snow that night, right? And you know, no fault to the first responders, but they couldn't travel quite as fast as they usually do in a major snowstorm like that. So Bill went into the emergency medical pre-arrival instructions for emergency childbirth, and he walked the father and mother through a successful birth of a child on it before the first responders arrived. And I have a couple more medical assist words today for emergency childbirth. But the incredible skill and poise that it takes to talk a father and a mother who's in labor on the phone and give through childbirth and you know, give the reassurance. And I always say it's a lot more difficult for these folks as first responders to do everything over the phone, and the amazing communication skills that they need to communicate to somebody in a panic state, to try to get them to calm down, follow instructions so that we can help them before the first responders. You know, I always felt as a first responder, if I'm there and I can assess the situation, I physically see what's going on, I can intervene. But these folks have to do it all through communications over phone. Great job, Bill, and you're being issued the Medical Assistance Award.
Bill, if you could just go back and take a picture of this reading.
It's okay, I got everything. Let's give the camera down.
Thank you.
And Bill works midnight, so he normally doesn't know what daylight looks like.
Well played, well played. We'll have a dark picture.
My next recipient will be telecommunicator Ashley Napolitano. If you come on up here, Ashley. Ashley worked the night shift last night at her request, so she might be a little sleepy this morning. This also occurred, this emergency childbirth occurred on January 5th of this year. Ashley received a call at 9:45 a.m. from another husband and father reporting that his wife was in labor and about to give imminent birth. She, again, just like Bill, went into the emergency pre-arrival instructions for childbirth, prepared the father and the mother according to protocol for emergency childbirth. First responders, police, fire, EMS were all responding. Again, she did a phenomenal job of speaking with the father. I think at one point the father also put the phone on speaker so the mother could hear the instructions. And the mother was about halfway through delivery when the first responders arrived. But again, it was just amazing the reassurance and the calm voice over the phone, giving those instructions to the parents, and you're being issued the Medical Service Assistance Award for your performance.
And while they're taking a picture, if I can just make a commentary, is if you listen to on Ashley's call, she's walking through speakerphone to the mom on delivering, and while she's doing that, the firefighters arrive that are EMTs. But the mom had so much confidence in what Ashley was doing, you can hear the mom saying on the phone, wait, are these guys going to know what they're doing?
That's great.
Okay, our next recipient is Kirk Keyes. Come on up here, Kirk. Kirk's been with us couple of years. He's got lifelong service in first responder, he's fire chief in Roxbury. We're having a pretty good year on baby deliveries. On January 30th, Kurt received a call at 10:02 p.m. again from father, husband, and his wife was really in the final stages of delivery. Through his questioning, he learned that the wife, the mother, needed to be in a better position to give birth. He assured that the mother was in a safe position, gave the instructions to the father and the mother, and he was successfully able to assist the father and the mother through some of the pre-arrival emergency childbirth instructions, where the baby was actually born before the police officers arrived. And when I listened to this audio, Kurt was trying to get some communication from the father as the birth was occurring, because our concern is that the baby's not in any type of respiratory arrest, because if they're in a respiratory condition, we have to go into a whole nother set of protocols to make sure that we get the baby breathing. He was having a little trouble getting the feedback from the father on the condition of the baby, and then the baby started to cry, and you exclaimed, "Is that the baby? Is the baby crying?" And the father said, "Yes, yes, yes." And then you finally got the father to say that it was a baby boy, right? He thought, right? He thought. But he didn't do any more questions. He just said congratulations. And by that time, the police officer, I left that part out. The police officers arrived, and you received a really heartfelt letter from actually the police officer who arrived, at the scene, because I think he was pretty taken aback by the whole situation that he walked in. And you did a great job. Again, the control, the emotional control that our people have to go through was just amazing. So you're being issued.
And my final commentary, because I was talking to Kirk before, is, and for those dads know this story. So when Kirk was going to give the instructions, he said to the father, he says, "Okay, I'm going to give you instructions to give to your wife." And the father says, "Oh, no, you're not. I'm putting you on speaker. Talk to her."
Smart man.
I have two other telecommunicators that couldn't be here today, but I just want to give a real brief synopsis of what they are being recognized for. Telecommunicator Kyle Hoffman is an interesting story, because he was going to be here today, and he called me up yesterday and said, "Mike, I'm sorry, I can't make it." He said, "My baby was supposed to be delivered on Saturday. That was the scheduled date. Well, it's coming right now." So I said, "Well, that's an excuse not to be here." But I said, if you dial 911, you're in good hands. I'll get in touch with Kurt or Ashley. But in all seriousness, on April 10th of 2016, Kyle took a call from, I believe it was a Morris County Park Commission employee, who had witnessed somebody go into cardiac arrest on the property. The employee who was the caller, 911, was incredibly composed. One of the most composed callers that I've heard in a long time. Was very articulate of what was going on. Knew actually that there was an AED, an automatic external defibrillator, on the property, but he couldn't get to it because it was in another part of the property and there was nobody else around. Kyle went into emergency pre-arrival CPR instructions. This employee did approximately 600 chest compressions at Kyle's instruction. We have a diagnostic tool when we give a CPR instruction, and the telecommunicators give CPR instructions. It's actually on the computer, and it's actually timing the compressions. And our telecommunications officers know if it's too fast, too slow, and exactly what they have to do. The Park Police, Morris Township Police, EMS, all arrived, within minutes, and they carry the AEDs. And this gentleman was brought back to life and breathing. And again, Kyle did just an excellent job and composure on that call. So internally, I'll handle that because of the birth of his child. I have one other telecommunicator, Senior Peter Dwyer. He's been with us about 10 years. he had a woman call and said, I just witnessed my husband, I believe he had a heart attack. He's unconscious, he's on the floor, turning blue, obviously in a very panicked state, wasn't very confident on her abilities to perform CPR. Pete got the caller from here down to here, took a couple breaths, talked her through CPR. It was amazing that the police officers happened just to be really in the area. They got there within about 2 to 3 minutes. They had an AED. They applied the AED. They shocked the patient. He began to breathe, and he was in pretty good shape when he entered the hospital. So it was again incredible poise and skill to bring this person, the caller, down to a level where he could communicate with her, to give her the instructions. And it was a little more difficult for Pete because I believe that he actually knew the patient. And so he had to walk the caller through that. So again, this is a small snapshot of what goes on. And with the amount of calls that you could say that we field every day, we encourage and we train our supervisory staff through our call reviews to bring these calls to my attention, because there's a lot of good work that's going on up there every day in very difficult situations. And we believe, because our training and our skills and our competency of our people, we're saving lives, we're bringing lives in, and we're bringing lives back. And I think that's what our jobs are all about, and we appreciate everybody's support here.
Well, thank you, Rick. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'd like to especially thank all of our public safety telecommunicators, Bill, Ashley, Kirk, Fred. Thank you for the service that you give to the county of Morristown every day. We greatly appreciate it on behalf of the residents. Thank you.
Could you,